I don't see that happening. I'll fire him long before he gets to the cushy chair. And we are live. Inky Binky's in the house. Hey, Brianna. Your dad is not here tonight. He is somewhere else. And I'm sorry. You're stuck with me and eczema over here.
Bye.
Bye, guys. What's up, Chop Blockers? Thank you for joining us. Just me and Monica tonight. Had to kiss my kids goodbye. And he was never heard from again. So we are here tonight to talk to you about a little thing called down.
Down.
Down. As in down.
Down.
As in going down in an elevator. Get your mind out of the gutter. Oh, hey, your parole officer is here early.
Oh, he's there already.
He was waiting.
Have to invite.
But he's gonna take her fucking top off again. I know it. No fucking way. Hey, Jesse. Dave's in the house. Good, Dave. How are you, sir? Dave, are you watching the Into the Dark series on Hulu? It's something. It's what it is. It's a collaboration between Hulu and Blumhouse Entertainment. So they're all horror films, but they're calling it an anthology series. And apparently these are all based on or inspired by holidays. This one I get. This one actually had 2 holidays in it, right?
Thanksgiving?
No, Valentine's Day,
yes.
But they said it was Valentine's Day and President's Day. I don't know if those are normally like close to each other or not. I don't know what's happening with that, but that's what it is. It's a Valentine's Day horror movie. There, Dave. It gets twisted, of course, and things get really weird. Oh boy. Well, I guess we'll just jump right in. Take the top off. We need ratings. That's from your parole officer.
I was telling Darian about this, and we have to get that fixed.
Yeah, let's work on that first. I'm just going to be a little over here. Monica's got some weird stuff going on with her hands. It's eczema, or as I like to call it, Freddy Krueger hands. She's got like crab claws all of a sudden. Look at that! Ah! You can't. That's fine. I'm giving her a hard time.
That looks bad that I won't show.
She's having an allergic reaction, and it's fucking up her hands big time. Jesse, you know what I'm talking about. Hi, Teresa. She's gonna be fine. I just don't want her touching me or anything in this house, really, because it's a lot of dry skin going on over here, and it is pretty. Hey, Jim's in the house. It's freaking hot outside. You're exactly right, Jim. I think we got up to 100 degrees in Reno today, maybe a little bit over, which is why I'm kind of glad Buddy's not here, because we don't need 3 of us packed into this situation. I'm already sweating my fucking balls off. Well, without further ado, let's get into Down, shall we?
Yeah.
From the Into the Dark Hulu series. You'll have to excuse me, inmates. I'm still a little bit under the weather. I'm feeling much better, though. It's contagious. Watch out. You're exactly right. Well, I don't know if it is. Jesse is the thing. And to be honest with you, I don't want to roll the dice on whatever that is. I mean, that's what she says. Is she a doctor? I don't think she is.
Hey, it's fine.
I'm just giving her a hard time.
Yeah.
She's good for it. I had pink eye last week. Or no, I didn't. My whole family did, though. So it's a good thing you didn't come last week, because then you'd have a nice cocktail of pink eye plus that.
Or you guys might have got.
Or that we could have. Oh,
yeah.
Just be like a house full of mutants over here.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's not be gremlins. I don't want to be a gremlin. I'd rather be a critter than a gremlin. Did you watch the new Critter series yet?
No.
Don't even bother. They're like talking to each other and making fun of President Trump and stuff. It's stupid. My kids have it. Your kids have eczema, Teresa, I hope not. Dude, it is gnarly. You can't see what I'm seeing right now, but there is like dry skin, dry cracked skin. She's scratching and itching ever since she walked in the house today. Dude, I saw you do it over there. That's scratching and itching. There's gonna be a pile of dead skin over there.
I was petting my shirt.
Petting her shirt. She's leaving a pile of fucking nasty hand dandruff all over my carpet. Oh God, I'm gonna freak myself out. I'm gonna freak myself right out. All right, hey, no, let's get on with the movie here, shall we? Microphones on. Rolling.
Rolling.
Beautiful. That's right, inmates. We are talking about Down from 2019. This is part of Hulu's Into the Dark series. This one stars Natalie Martinez, Matt Lauria, and Arnie Pantoja. Directed by Daniel Stamm, written by Kent Kubina. This one got 6.5 stars on IMDb, which is significantly higher than last week's offering of Treehouse, which only got 4.8. I want to tell you right off the bat, inmates, I like this one a lot better than I like Treehouse. Did you watch Treehouse?
Yes.
Which one you like better, Down or Treehouse?
Down.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Was there actually a holiday in Treehouse? Did you notice? I don't remember any. I mean, there was allusions made to a bachelorette party, but that's not really a holiday.
Yeah, I do remember them saying so. It was Arbor Day.
Was it Arbor Day?
Yes.
That would make sense.
I believe it was Arbor Day.
I mean,
I don't know what Arbor Day means.
It's a tree. It's you worship. You. It's like a tree day. It's like an Earth Day type of
really?
thing. Yeah, it's trees. Arbor. That's what that means. I'm not a hippie either, but I am willing to play one on TV. So this one starts off with like a high-rise executive office building. I don't know what city we're in, but it's very rainy and miserable. Get closer. That eczema isn't. I'm not getting any closer, Jesse. You can't see it, but I actually put some duct tape on the carpet here. That's where she is not allowed to cross the duct tape here, because it's freaking me right out. We're in a high rise, and we're getting ready for a holiday weekend. So we have all of our, it's like 7, 8 o'clock at night. So most everybody has left the building except for all the hardworking executives who are still there toiling on through the night. We meet our protagonist, a young lady by the name of Jennifer, and she is very sexy. You can tell she's like the hardworking executive type because there's like Happy Valentine's Day signs all over the place, and she doesn't really have any, like, there's no flowers on her desk. There's no Valentine's cards. She's not in a hurry to get out of there as if she had some date going on or anything like that. But on top of that, we have another dude who's kind of getting ready to leave, also very late at night. He looks like he might have a date because he's got a bottle of wine on him, and he's trying to clean himself up in the men's room, and he splashes some water on his ding dong, and thus he has to hump the air dryer to dry off the crotch piss stain. It's fine. It's all well and good. The building is slowly being evacuated for this. What does that say? Lotion? Really? I think Dennis wants you to try lotion. I don't.
Lotion doesn't work.
I mean, like maybe like a medicated lotion or something. That just stops the itch.
Not cortisone cream, a steroid cream.
Steroid cream.
Yes.
I think is probably prescribed.
Yes.
That's probably the best way to go.
Yes.
I mean, we are talking about horror movies, and I feel like I kind of something going on here anyway. So everybody's leaving the building. These two are the last two out. Hey, Tom's in the house. It's all well and good. Any cream will do, really. I mean, if you want to slather her down, I'm not touching her myself. She's fine. She says she's not contagious, but it's fine. I think we should just talk about your hands for the next hour. So everybody's leaving the building. These two are the last two out. Now, this is a big building, so it's got one of those sub-level parking garages. And these two are like down in the sub-basement, like P3, P4. They're deep underground. So they get in the elevator to go down to their cars, and they, of course, happen to board the same elevator. Apparently, this is like a 300-story building
Yeah.
because this is a long elevator ride to get to the parking garage.
Mhm.
On the way down, the guy he's kind of nervous, but he's kind of trying to start a conversation with the Jennifer. Hey, long weekend, hey, let's get out of here, okay. And at one point, he like nudges her, and he's like, "Hey, look at this! Somebody has scratched a little stick figure on the back of the elevator, and it's a little guy trying to climb out of a box." And he's like, "Hey, look at that!" He turns around and looks at it, and he's like, "Oh, that's weird." And then the elevator stops moving. Doesn't go dark. There's still power to the elevator,
Mhm.
but they're not going anywhere. They're stuck. So they're like, "Oh, this is interesting, right? Oh,
Yeah.
we got stuck in an elevator." I could think of worse people to be stuck in an elevator with. She was pretty hot. What did you think of the guy? Was he pretty hot to trot? No, why not? Not a neck tattoo. He needs a neck tattoo, right? Monica's known for she's really into losers, really. So if
No, but frankly, after we discuss this movie, I want to tell you what happened.
what happened with what?
Speaking of neck tattoos,
Okay.
well, we'll get to
Something
it.
about a neck tattoo.
Neck tattoo guy.
Monica really likes guys with sweat stains and neck tattoos,
No, I don't.
which is odd because her parole officer is actually a pretty clean cut guy. But every time we watch a movie, she's like, "Oh, he's hot," and then it's like a dude with 3 teeth. So that's why she wasn't into this guy, because he had a suit and tie on and looked like he took a shower every now and then. Anyway, I wouldn't mind being stuck with Jennifer. I'll tell you that right now. So they're stuck, and I'm sure that somebody's gonna get us out of here anytime. Hi, my internet is sucking dicks. Well, I'm sorry about your internet, Scarlett, but thank you for trying to join us. Stuck with my ex, just kill me. Yeah, that would be the worst. Being stuck in an elevator with an ex boyfriend or girlfriend.
Oh.
I mean, there's some that would definitely make an attempt on my life. I can tell you right now. I would have to fight. Yeah, well, I mean,
I don't have that issue.
she's murdered all of her exes. That's why. All my exes are in the ground, so that's what that means. Anyway, so they're stuck in there, and he's like, "Oh, any day, any minute, somebody's gonna let us out." And now the clock starts ticking. Now, what we saw at the beginning of the movie is that Jennifer actually has a flight to catch at 11:30 that night. It's about 8 o'clock right now, so I will fight for you, D. Thanks, Jesse. I like girls with face tattoos. Okay, that's good to know, James. I can't think of any hot ones off the top of. No, there's some hot chicks with face tattoos.
Yeah,
Right?
there's a couple on my Instagram. that you guys
Kat Von
could
D
see.
had face tattoos. She's all right. No, you don't like Kat Von D?
No,
Why not?
she's just changed.
Has she? I haven't seen her recently. At the height of her powers, she was pretty hot.
Yeah, at the height.
Scarlett would just kill him and eat him. Well, Scarlett, we've only been in the elevator for about 45 minutes at this point. I don't know if you had lunch earlier in the day or not, but we don't need to jump to that conclusion just yet. We're only at about an hour here. So they're making small talk and everything's going pretty swimmingly. And he's like, "Oh, well, he introduces himself. His name is Guy. He works for an accounting firm." She introduces herself. Her name is Jennifer. I think she worked for a advertising firm or
I think
law
so.
firm, perhaps. She is substantially higher up on the corporate pecking order than he is what we're finding out. So that's cool. Now we're starting to get into like the hour and a half. Jennifer misses her flight. They've both got she's got like Valentine's Day presents for somebody in her bag that she was trying to get to the airport. We find out through like a half-written email.
She's a reporter.
She's a reporter?
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Oh, there you go. So was trying to get to the airport to make it to New York to reconnect with her ex-fiance. Turned out these two were on the rocks. That's why he's an ex-fiance. She was trying to get back together with him, which is all well and good. From there, now the old hand on the clock starts spinning, and these two are like starting to get hot in there. First thing that happens is Jennifer has to pee, and we're keeping it fairly friendly between these two thus far. And he's like, "Oh God, just go ahead and pee. He offers her his coat to pee on, What is the point of that?
Well, I
It's still
think
going to stink.
the coat would absorb it and it wouldn't like leak all over the place.
Let it leak. Would you
Oh,
rather have
okay.
a pissy coat or the pissy soles of your shoes? I'll take the soles of my shoes.
Oh.
Now you got.
You have to lay there. I don't want to lay in my pee.
Well, I would rather. Well, yeah, I guess that's a good point. I don't know, man. I just don't want people peeing on my clothes. And I feel like the point, I think the point of peeing on the coat was so that, like Monica said, you don't want to hang out in a puddle of piss all weekend, right? Or maybe you do if you're some kind of freako. But now you got to smell it, and that coat is going to stay. You're not going to get that odor out of the coat ever. Probably that's like a odor that clings, the piss odor. You know, you're not getting rid of that.
Well, you're gonna throw away that.
Yeah, that coat's done for sure.
If we're peeing on it, you're throwing it away.
Unless you're some kind of weirdo. You're like, oh, I gotta smell her piss forever. Yuck. Anyway, so that's kind of awkward, and but they're kind of bonding a little bit here. From there, we get to know these two a little bit. They both hate their jobs and their bosses, and they both hate being in this building. They're still expecting like a security guard to show up at some point to open the goddamn elevators. They try the call button. They try the the emergency button. Nothing's fucking working. Although the lights are still on in this thing. And right. And there's like a little TV that's playing commercials for a resort the whole time. Very strange. Whatever. We'll get to that in a second. Things start to kind of I mean, this is like a good 45 minutes of the movie. It's just them in the elevator kind of getting to know each other. So they start playing cute little games. He breaks out the bottle of wine and they start drinking. She's got like a fistful of Valentine's Day chocolates. They're having, eating the chocolates. It's all of a sudden it's very romantic, I think. Jesse, you're better than that. You don't like the pee smell. Nobody likes the pee smell, right? Is anybody into the pee smell? I don't think so. And why would you be? It's like hot urine, right? A fragrance for men.
And when you guys drink a certain kind of beer, that comes out in the
asparagus piss. That is the worst. Have you ever smelled that?
No, but I've heard about it.
Certain people cannot smell that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and certain people don't get asparagus piss. Oh. I can smell it, and I get it, and it is disgusting. You can keep bugs away with that shit. Probably, it's bad. Anyway, this 45-minute chunk of the movie is very romantic. They're playing these cute little games. They're having bottles of wine. They start opening up to each other and stuff like that. Hell no, that's exactly right, Teresa. Get the fuck out of here with your piss smell. So now they're going to start playing these cute little games. First, they draw pictures of each other, which is kind of fun. He draws like a very picturesque, profile. She's very beautiful, and he gives her like the long wavy hair. And she draws him with like crab claws and like an angry look on his face, like a cartoony kind of a thing. And she's like, "Oh, that's so sweet." And then and he's like, "Oh God, you made me look like an alcoholic mutant or something."
Yeah.
I'd be a little upset about that. But this is where things start to get a little strange because right now, Guy decides he's going to come clean. He's like, you know what? I wasn't entirely honest with you about something, and it's kind of bothering me. So I just want to come clean. And she's like, oh, okay. Come to find out, when Guy first introduced himself, he said that he had never seen her in the building before. That wasn't 100% true. He has seen her in the building and noticed her, and he thinks that she's hot. And he's like, yeah, I've seen you. I've noticed you. I've noticed you. By that, I think he was saying that he's into her.
Yeah.
Right? I have zero sense of romance, me personally.
Oh.
I'd be like, I pictured you naked last week. When you walked by, I thought you had a great ass on you. And then she'd probably slap me. And then that would be the end of the awkward elevator ride. That's true.
Yeah.
Or if I had a neck tattoo, right? But anyway, it's a little romantic. We're getting kind of cutesy with this. It's Valentine's Day, for Christ's sake. So she's like, "Oh, it's very sweet. Thank you for coming clean." And they start talking again. And now they're starting to get drunk. And I think we know where this is going, ladies and gentlemen. So she's kind of initiating things at this point. She starts off with, "Hey, we're gonna we're gonna have like a sexy guilty story confessional here in the 2-man elevator.
Yeah.
All right, what if you want to have sex with me? Just tell me. We don't have to get all freaky with it. I'll bang you in the elevator if you're Jennifer. I'll have sex with you. We don't need to fuck around.
Yeah, because I'm straightforward.
Yeah, let's get it on, dude. You want to?
Beating around the bush.
We're stuck here. I got a penis. You got a vagina. We might as well do this, right? Get a little workout in while we're here. But instead, they start playing like this weird, sexy confessional game where she's like videotaping him like on her cell phone, and she's like, "Hey, tell me the dirtiest place you ever had sex." And he gets all embarrassed, and he's like prude and shy. He's like, I don't have anything. I don't know. And she's like, "Fine, you do it. I'll go first."
I know she was really
She
willing.
was ready to go, and I think we could have skipped this part and jumped right to the sex because she's firing on all cylinders right about now. She tells this very kinky story about how her and her college boyfriend used to go to the library, find the trashy romance novels, and then read each other the trashy, like the most pornographic parts of it, and that got her all fired off, and they had sex in a library. There's a whole subcategory on X videos for library sex.
That sounds like you have to go through the whole book to find that part, right?
Yeah, I think they were there for a couple hours
Just
at
go
least.
get some dirty magazines.
Yeah, get some porno, dude. Anyway, but I mean, if you're in a library, you can't be beating off, right?
I know, but I don't have time to go through the whole book either.
Well, I don't just Google, hey, trashy part of Lady Chatterley's lover. Yeah. All right, I found something. Pull your pants down. I'm gonna read this to you. Let's throw a leg up. I don't know. So you can tell she's all hot and bothered, and it's getting hot in there too. So like the coat's coming off, the ties are getting loosened, things like that. Now it's his turn to tell his kinky story, and he is maintaining that he has no kinky story. So she's like, "Well, I just told you my dirty fucking secret. You better make something up." So he fully admits that he's making this up as he goes, but he comes up with a somewhat erotic, somewhat awkward story about being at a company picnic and the office hot chick getting hammered and like going home with him and them having sex while driving a car at full speed. So once she's like, "Oh, that was pretty hot," and then after he's done, he's like, "I got a boner, by the way." So she's like, "Okay, great." And then he's like, "Oh my God, I told you about my boner. I'm so embarrassed. What am I supposed to do? I probably crossed the line. I'm so sorry. I'm such a pig." And he like turns around and faces the corner for a minute, probably to pleasure himself. 50 Shades of Elevator. Yeah, but there's really only one shade of an elevator, Teresa. And, I don't know how much actual like kinky stuff you could get done in an elevator. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but the D-man needs some room to roam, if you know what I'm saying.
That kind of seemed like a big elevator.
That was a huge elevator.
Right?
It was like a freight
I
elevator.
thought it was just me. I was like, "Damn, where's this elevator at?"
Where is the bearded beast? Faces the corner like Blair Witch. Yeah, but I think instead of getting killed, Tom, he was probably either gonna pull one out or tuck it away or something. I don't know.
He's playing the game.
He's playing a game.
Yeah, he's turning around hoping that she will come over there.
I'm so embarrassed with my huge cock hanging out of my pants.
Yeah.
Oh,
Here, let me help you with that.
I have got to find an elevator that I can shut down at will with a young lady. Apparently, this worked because it worked for him. Anyway, this whole thing is going to snap into focus by the time we're done, though. Wanting reach around? Yeah, I think that's what he was going for, Tom. Jesse, Buddy is at somewhere. He's not here. He was supposed to be here, and then he texted us like 5 minutes before we started the show. He's like, "I'm not coming." So I don't know. I don't know where he is. Anyway, excuse me. So it's kind of awkward for a second, but then she gives him the "come fuck me" face, which was pretty obvious, if you ask me. She just kind of like puts her back up against the wall and leans back. And this part was kind of weird. So she's like, "Oh, so you're aroused, huh?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm so sorry. I don't know what to do. I'm very embarrassed." And she's like, "Oh, it's cool." And then he's like, "Oh, really?" And then he turns around, presumably with his huge fucking dong pointing at her, and he's like, "Oh, this is really cool." And then he like starts stepping closer to her, and she's just standing there staring at him with the "come fuck me" face. And then, of course, they end up making out for a few minutes, and then he starts unbuttoning her blouse. You don't get to see anything real as far as breasts go, but she did have a nice body. They're screaming hot, this one. The boobs come out, bra still attached, unfortunately. And she's like, "Stop, stop, stop." And he's like, "Oh my God, I crossed the line again. I'm so sorry." And then she just reaches down his pants and grabs his honker. Well, I guess this is going down then, isn't it? And then they start making out again. And we get a sex scene here, which by made for TV movie standards, I thought was actually pretty hot.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I was actually at work,
Oh no.
like trying to watch this,
Whoa.
and when I saw it, I was like, what is going on?
That's what I'm looking at work. Hello. I'm gonna go ahead and take my lunch break now. You guys carry on without me.
Hi, Crease.
Oh, Crease is in the house. What's up, Crease? So, I mean, this is for you don't actually get to see anything, unfortunately. There is a lot of side boob involved, and it's very sweaty and hot. And I think we got to see her ass for a second or two. She's a very attractive young lady.
Yeah, I was.
I think he was too tall to be Tom Hardy. He was
okay. It could have. It should have been.
he's an attractive dude, was he not?
Okay.
Alan's in the house.
Hi, Alan.
Where do you work at? Sometimes I have to throw something over my phone during the good parts.
Me too. I have like paperwork like halfway.
There you
my
go.
phone.
There you go.
I have headphones in.
I've got to find a way to beat off at work, apparently, because you guys have this shit down to a science. Many of us suffer from not being Tom Hardy. It's the truth. It's the truth. That's a true story, Tom. I think, yeah, 9 out of 10 men suffer from not being Tom Hardy. You know, we have to overcome that. You know, it's kind of like eczema.
Get a jacked up tooth and make a movie, and
Yeah.
then you can be Tom Hardy.
You jacked up tooth is what we need. What I tell you, into losers. No offense, Jesse. Jacked up teeth, neck tattoos, greasy fucking fingernails.
Just look like a rough, tough guy.
If you live in a field and you are looking for love, look no further.
If you are in Arkansas and you got baggy jeans and a white t-shirt on,
And a bottle of hooch in your back pocket.
I'm there.
If you have ever worn suspenders without a shirt, this
You
is the young
better
lady
be
for you.
tan.
Putting the hard in Tom Hardy. There you go. So it's pretty hot. It's, you know, it's banging. They get done having sex, and then immediately she jumps off him, and she's like, you can tell like almost instantaneously just the look of regret and what the fuck did I just do, and oh dear. And as far as men go, if you are a woman, you have to be a 15 out of 10. No, not really. I don't think so. I mean, I don't know what kind of dudes you're hanging out with, Grace, but you could just see that like she's no longer like that. Normally, this is what the guy would do immediately after sex. Deliverance was made for Monica.
Oh, shut up. Gross.
There you have it. There you have it. Duck Dynasty is Magic Mike for Monica.
Oh, God, no. No. No hairy head.
You guys are killing me tonight. Spot on, Tom. Oh. Anyway, back to the fucking movie,
Yeah,
you
back to
animals.
the She gets mad.
He doesn't get, well, I think she got mad at herself. Oh, Mac Nez is in the house. How about
Hey,
big
look
native
who's-
guys?
Big native.
Are you into big native guys?
Yeah, they're brown.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
There you have it, Nez. Anyway, get her some more show tickets. She'll do whatever you want. So this part I found rather refreshing because she gets off and she immediately starts telling him like, "Hey, that was great and all, but I'm gonna get the fuck out of here as soon as I can." And I would normally the guy would be having that conversation. You know, I thought that was rather refreshing that the girl was kicking him to the curb, and she gives him the same speech that most guys give chicks that they just nailed. Yeah, that was fun and all, but we're not We're not going to be a thing.
Well, if you know better, you wait for that. Well, you wait till you get out of the elevator.
That's what you got to do. I mean, this is awkward enough as it is. I just had your fucking balls flapping around the elevator, and now I know what that is all about. And now we're still not going anywhere. So we're gonna have sex again, or break out the board games, because we're still not going anywhere. And from the looks of it, we're not going anywhere for a while. Unfortunately, she jumps off, and she's immediately like, "Hey, man, that was fun and all, but I'm gonna
married in California."
She's like, that was fun and all, but I got to get back to the old fiance, and you just go on, and we're just going to, and he's like, no, I'm going to take you out to dinner. It's going to be great. She's like, no, dude, we're not doing that. I don't want a relationship with you. This was fun, and this was a letter to Penthouse that you can write and put this in your fucking Chop Block TV show or whatever. If he had a Chop Block TV show, he would definitely talk about it, I feel. And she's like, dude, we're gonna get out. We're gonna get out of here. We're gonna go our separate ways. And that's that. Now, that is perfect. And knowing what we know about the rest of the movie, you're done. You did it. A mission accomplished.
Yep.
This guy blows a fucking head gasket. He's like, oh, you can't go back to Derek, and oh, what are you doing? She never told him Derek's name. What do you know what Derek's? In that email you sent, you never went. Oh, now we're starting to get the 411 on what's going on with this guy.
How do you know my email?
Yeah, and needless to say, Guy gets very clingy all of a sudden, and he keeps trying.
Tom Hardy.
Oh, Tom Hardy's in the house. Hey yo. He gets very clingy, and she starts putting more and more distance, but he keeps dropping these little nuggets of like, oh, there's something not 100% cool with this dude. To make a long story short, we're gonna find out that he actually engineered this little thing, and he's got the key. He can turn the elevator on and off. There's like I don't know if this is how elevators work, but you turn a key. And you can shut them down whenever you want. Then when he was like pointing to the little carving on the wall, he was distracting her so he could shut the elevator down. Now, at this point in the movie, they've been in the elevator for well over 24 hours, I think. You think?
I don't think it was 24 hours.
It might not have been that long, but they've been in there for a fucking while. So eventually he comes clean. He's like, yeah, fine. You just want to kick me to the curb and just go back to Derek, then fucking fine. So he takes the key out and he starts the elevator again. And then that's when she's like, oh, you son of a bitch. You're kidding. This is kidnapping and rape. And he's like, it's not rape because you threw yourself at me. She's like, I'm going to call the cops on you, dude, as soon as we get out of this elevator. Don't tell him that while you're still in the elevator, you crazy bitch. He's like, well, I can't have that. And then he just turns the fucking key, and now they're right back to being stuck in the elevator. So she's like, give me the fucking key. And then they have a big kerfuffle and like getting thrown around. In the process, they actually do break the elevator. So now they actually are stuck, and it's not just a weird sex game. Yeah, Stevesy's in the house. What's up, Stevesy? So now they are officially stuck in the elevator, that's going to be problematic because now she knows the truth and what's going on here. And it was already awkward in that post-sex, I kind of regret having sex with you immediately after kind of a phase, you know?
Yeah.
But now, I mean, normally that's where I quietly get my shoes and tiptoe out the door before she wakes up. But you're stuck in a fucking elevator. You're not going anywhere, dude. Now we're going to go even further into this dude's rabbit hole. He's like, he wasn't good for you, and I'm trying to be a nice guy, and we connected and all. I'm just gonna be so honest with you, like the way he never was. And then he starts spilling the beans, ladies and gentlemen. His name is not, in fact, Guy. It is John, and he doesn't work on the 4th floor or whatever he said. He actually is the security guard that they're waiting for them to come open the fucking thing. He's the guy that would rescue them, and he trapped her in there with him. And now she's freaking right out. She's like, "Oh, you crazy fuck." Pretty soon here comes another struggle. They beat each other up a little bit. She actually put more of a beating on him than he did on
Yeah,
her.
she did. She
She-
did good.
She like smashed his head into the wall and cut him open pretty good, and it was more of a struggle.
Hey, Jean.
In the house. So once like they decide that they kind of settle down for a second, they come to realize, yes, we are still stuck in here. We can fight, we can beat each other to death, or we can try to find a way out. Now, unfortunately, because the elevator is now broken, they can't really pry the door open, but they do find a escape hatch on the roof of this thing. So they kind of do like a monkey man routine, and he gets the escape hatch open, and then he gets down. And now she starts trying to sweet talk him again. She's like, "Oh, I kind of do want to get to know you, and maybe we could check out this resort on the commercial that keeps playing." And because he's a love-smitten asswipe, he's like, "Oh, really? Oh, yeah, that sounds great. Let's get out of here and start our life together." I don't know. I know, but I understand what she's doing. I don't understand his thought process at all.
Blinded by love.
Well, I know, but okay. Supposing this went down 100% the way he wanted to. They fall in love in the elevator. Eventually, he lets her out, and then they go on to. At some point, she's going to figure out what happened. He's going to have to come clean because he gave her a fake name and a fake job.
Right.
So I don't understand what the end game was here. She gave him an out right after they had sex. If she says goodbye, I say, bye-bye. I'll just turn this key and we can go on our merry way.
Well, you would hope that if it worked out for the way he wanted it to, then when he came clean, she would just be like, "Oh, okay, I forgive you."
Yeah, but you'd want to save that for like the third or the fourth date.
Right.
It's like if you have herpes. You don't open with the herpes. You wait until, well, we might have sex sometime soon. I should probably come clean about the herpes.
Yeah, we're not having sex ever time soon.
Nope.
No.
We are done.
Thank you for telling
But
me.
thank you for being straightforward. I will pay for this pizza and be on my way. I'm taking half of it home with me, though. Well, is he a nice guy and mentally unstable? Hey, Shelly.
Hey, Shelly.
I don't think he was a nice guy, Crease. I think he was playing a nice guy when he was doing the guy, pun intended, the guy persona for her.
But remember, he turned out to tell her who he really was.
Yeah, and he sounded like a dick.
Yeah, he was like a rich guy.
Yeah.
And then he went to jail.
Yeah.
And then he got out.
Yeah.
And bitches like him wouldn't look at a security guard.
Right.
So he had
to come up with this horse shit. But how do you, if your goal is to start a long-term relationship with this young lady, how are you going to get past that?
Well, you just hope the other person really likes you.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess you wait until after you've had 2 kids together and you own a house together, and then you're like, my real name, please stop calling me Guy, because that's not exactly what my name is.
If I was stalking the singer of Seether, I would hope that he would be forgiving.
If she were stalking.
Like, okay, you're cute. I'll forgive you that you stalked me and called me.
If we take no legal responsibility for the lead singer of anything, or what the hell she's doing with her weird eczema claws. I hear there's guys that are into eczema claws, by the way.
Oh, God.
He was hoping she saw his special inner beauty. Well, yeah, but I don't know, man. It's a reach, Tom, and I don't think there's any scenario where this pans out well for him. But I don't think he thought this through very well either. It's a little late, and you already fucked up because anyway. So they get the escape hatch open, and he's like, "Okay, give me a boost. I'm gonna get up there. I know how to get back down the shaft, and then I'll come let you out, and we can go get something to eat." And she's like, how about you boost me up because I'm a lot lighter and I'm more agile. I can get up there and you can walk me through it once I get to the security console. And he's like, I really want to go get something to eat with you. So like a fucking idiot, he boosts her up. She gets up on the roof and then she's like, ha ha, bye-bye. Yeah. And then she goes hauling after the elevator shaft. And he's like, you fucking bitch. Oh, I'm going to tell you. And now, of course, he manages to just jump up and get up into the shaft. So now they go, he gets all the way up there. He catches her because it's a ladder, but the doors to get out onto the floors are on the opposite side of the shaft. So she gets like 3 or 4 floors up, and then she has to do like a monkey shimmy thing around the shaft to, Every time I say Shaft, I feel like we're getting into porno territory.
Oh, I was thinking of Shaft with Samuel Jackson when you.
Oh, that too. That too. She's got to like. So she's got to get around, and then she's got to open up the doors and get in. Unfortunately, he catches her in the process, throws her back down the shaft, or actually, they do like a weird monkey fight thing,
Yeah.
and then they both fall down, and then they go through the elevator, and they both get themselves knocked out. That really sucks because now we're right back to square one. Andy's pissed because she flipped him the bird before she left, which I would be too. From there, now about this time, one of the other security guards shows up with a floozy, and I think he was trying to bang her on the roof, but I'm not too sure about that. He comes in, he lets himself in. He's like, "Hey, Johnny, hey, where you at, buddy? We got a girl here. We're gonna go up to the roof, and I'm gonna put it in her butt." John's nowhere to be seen, obviously. So the other guy goes and starts looking at the security console, sees the feed from inside the elevator, and sees them both knocked out. He's like, "Oh shit!" So he gets on the little intercom thing, and he's like, "Hey, you guys okay in there?" It wakes them both up. He's like, "I'm gonna come down there and help you." So he goes down to open up the corresponding door to where their car is stuck. She starts coming to, and she starts like talking to the other guy. "Yeah, let me out of here. It's fucking scary. This guy's a crazy bitch." So he gets it open. Now they're like between floors at this point. So if you're the guy on the floor and you open the thing, really all you can see is like their feet, and they're looking through a little hole in the floor to see this dude. So he's like, "Okay, I'm gonna get you out. I'm gonna get up there and hit the release or whatever." So he's thinking he's gonna like climb up into the elevator and then do something from within the elevator to get the fucking thing moving. Unfortunately, as he's making this happen, John wakes up and who?
Hi, Rick.
Hey, Rick. I don't know, but he called you by your real name, so I assume that's somebody.
Oh my
that
God.
you know.
That's somebody the parole officer gave my real name to. Damn it.
Oh, she doesn't like that.
I already told them do not call me that.
She doesn't like that very much, Ricky.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to spank you, Rick.
Well, now everybody's going to be saying it because they want to get spanked. Before you get all excited, look at her fucking hands right now. They are gnarly, and she has got.
He saw me Saturday, so he's seen my.
Is that what you want, Rick? You want an eczema spanking? You don't want it, sir. I'm telling you right now. Get nasty. She says she's not contagious, but she's not a medical professional either, Ricky. All right, anyway, back to the goddamn movie. So he gets like halfway into the elevator, and then John's like, "Oh, I got it now." So he can like start and stop the elevator at will somehow. John can. So he turns the key, grabs his buddy, and then the elevator goes up, and it cuts his buddy in half, which is gnarly. Yeah, it was that for a made-for-TV movie. That was pretty good, special effects wise. It was like blood and shit everywhere. So now he gets down. Oh God, here comes the spanking. That's right, Caleb. Spanking times.
Hi, Caleb.
So he gets down and he like saran wraps his buddy's body and throws it into the elevator shaft. I have a battle with eczema also. It's not good at times. Well, yeah, I mean, it sounds nasty and it looks disgusting, Troy. I hope yours isn't as bad as hers, because like there's like a line here that I'm stay over there, dude. I don't want it, and I'm gonna have to vacuum this whole area after we're done. Soak the hands in bleach. I don't think that's a good idea, Jesse. I don't. That would probably hurt.
Oh my God.
Fuck that. So now he goes back down. John does. What's her name is still knocked out. Jennifer's still knocked out. The buddy's dead. His floozy girlfriend has passed out on a couch in the lobby. So Johnny goes back down to the security area and he's looking around, and now he's got his security outfit back on, and he's like, oh, his face is, he's had the shit kicked out of him. Really.
Yeah,
he's got he's got like a broken nose and a big gash on his forehead. Apple cider vinegar or cortisone. Oh, that might help with the itching. So he goes down there. Now the floozy wakes up and she's like, "Oh, where's Ernie? What's going on?" And he's like, Ernie left." And she's like, oh, here's this security guard that's been beat to shit. I'm just going to go ahead and get the fuck out of here. But then he goes full Incredible Hulk on her with the flashlight, and he's like, ah! He does like a Braveheart charge at her, and she's like, holy shit. Kills her, throws her down the elevator shaft also. Jennifer is still unconscious at this point. So he takes Jennifer unconscious, throws her in the trunk of his car, and goes hauling ass out of there. Goes to like a random narrow alleyway somewhere in this city, and like gets out. I think he like had this place like plotted out and picked out before, but he starts like just dumping gasoline in the dumpster that's at the end of the alleyway, and then he starts like tapping on the trunk. Hey, you awake in there? I was really hoping things would work out different, but I don't know. So he opens the trunk, and Jennifer appears to be dead. Eyes open, not moving. I don't know if she was breathing or not, but he's like, oh shit, she's dead. Well, I guess I'll just throw her in the dumpster and put her on fire. Way to end a beautiful evening. We're talking about Down, Troy. It's part of the Into the Dark Hulu extravaganza, or you'll get the hose again. It puts the lotion on its skin. So that's the plan. And so he gets out. He left the trunk open with her body exposed. He starts dumping the gasoline all over everything in the dumpster. And then we realize she's not asleep. She jumps back up and smacks him in the head and knocks him, not out, but knocks him for a good loop, and then throws him in the dumpster and lights it on fire. And that's pretty much the end of your movie. Down from the Into the Dark series.
I was just wondering, with you putting him in the dumpster and setting him on fire, so when the police come and watch that video footage, what are you going to say?
Dude, you're done. She's done.
Yeah.
You know?
I
mean, here's what you got. And this was kind of a plot hole. At one point, after the first time she knocks him out, she like ties him up and forces him to make a video confessing all of the things that he did. On the video, he's clearly had the shit kicked out of him. He's bleeding, he's got a broken nose, and that's when he comes with the long story about how he used to be a corporate executive, and the sex story that he told was actually true, except he wrecked the car and killed the young lady. And after that, he went to jail, and all regular shit. Die clean white woman from what? Die clean white woman from town.
Oh.
I don't know what that means.
White man from town.
What does that mean? Oh, thinner. Got you, Jesse. I got you, Jesse. You get the obscure movie reference of the night award for that one. So there's that. And if she was going to like show that to a police officer, he would arrest her.
Yeah.
He's tied up and he's had the shit kicked out of him. Clearly she's forcing him to say this stuff.
Yeah.
So there's that. That's evidence. On top of that, all the security camera footage shows them having consensual sex.
Right.
There's that.
Yeah, so she's the one that's screwed.
Yeah, but that's like a postscript, but I don't think it looks good for her.
No.
And that's pretty. What did you think of Down, Monica?
I actually like this better than the Treehouse. It wasn't too bad.
I agree.
It just, yeah.
I kind of saw where it was going from the start. You know,
I was kind of wondering, like, when the elevator stopped and everything else was on, I was like, that's a little odd.
Yeah.
The power is still on, but the elevator stopped.
Right. That's weird.
You could kind of figure it out.
I was kind of hoping there'd be like a third party. You know what I mean? Like some psycho, another psycho security guard that was going to force them to do kind of weird tricks to get out of there or something. That would have been fun, right?
We were just hoping another security guard would join in.
Perhaps a female security guard, a little hottie in a security outfit with the keys. Woo! I like a lady in uniform, Monica.
All right.
You know, we can't all be into neck tattoos and greasy teeth.
That is so funny.
No. I got a kill count of 3 on this one. It's rated TVMA. This is still technically part TV series, as opposed to being a full horror film, even though it is 97 minutes long.
Yeah, I don't think this would have made it on Lifetime though.
You think the Lifetime channel?
Yeah.
No, too much side boob.
Yeah.
Too much side boob. Yeah.
Not this one.
No side boob in Treehouse. So that's about it. You
Mhm.
got anything else you want to talk about with Down or Into the Dark? Have you ever had sex in an elevator?
No, I don't think so.
I attempted it once. Too busy of an
I can't
elevator.
remember. Parole officer, did we ever make out
Did,
in the
did
elevator?
you ever get down in an elevator there, Mr. Parole Officer?
I mean, we've gotten down at our work bathroom.
Hey now. Hey now.
The people were knocking on the
Ah,
door.
shit.
They were like, "Hey, is someone in there?"
What? 5 more minutes. I really gotta go to the bathroom. Whew.
Oh, the neck tattoo. What I wanted to say.
Oh yeah.
So I didn't share this with the parole officer because I wanted to share it on the show.
Oh, here we go.
So it was, I had on that wolf's shirt from Sturgis,
Yeah.
the big wolf.
Mhm.
So I'm walking into the store and I see this guy coming the opposite way. And right away I was like, no, fuck, I don't want to walk in the same time as this guy. I just knew, right?
Yeah.
So I get to the door first and he's behind me and I'm like, fuck. And so he goes, oh, I really like your shirt. And I was like, yeah, thank you.
Mhm.
And so then I go down an aisle and I see him standing there and I'm like, oh, fuck, here he comes. And so then he comes up to me. He goes, damn, and you're pretty too. And I'm all,
Oh
oh,
God.
thank you. And so now I'm in the milk
That's the
section.
worst. Now you gotta follow her, dude.
And so I see him down like on the other side, and I'm like, oh fuck, I don't want to walk by this guy again.
You're like playing hide and seek in the
Yeah,
grocery.
in the grocery store.
You over there?
So now he comes up to me full on, and he's like, I gotta know. He goes, what's your name? And for a minute, I didn't say anything, and
Yeah.
I'm like, Monica. And he goes, hi, I'm Eddie.
Mhm.
And I'm like, hi, Eddie. And he goes,
Did you extend the eczema hand at him? 'Cause I feel like that would have been okay. Hey, nice to meet you. I'm gonna go check out now.
yeah, I would have thought that, And he goes, do you think that I could take you out for a drink? And I said, no. And he goes, you're married. And I said, yes.
Yeah.
And he goes, I knew you were married. And I was like, okay. And he goes, you have such a beautiful smile. And I said, thank you. And he walked off. But he was covered in tattoos,
Hold on.
neck tattoos, piercing. And I was like, why can't a hot guy hit on me?
What's wrong with this guy? He
No.
sounds all right. He's got
Okay.
your tattoos
All
and your
right,
piercings.
let's get something straight.
All right.
The Rock, as much as I don't like him
You
anymore.
want to have sex with The Rock?
No, he is a good looking
See?
man. See?
I want to have sex with him. I gotta be
Why
on
can't
top
I
though.
do somebody like that?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's the inmates.
That's fine. They look good. Look good with their shirts off anyway. All right, inmates. I think that's going to do us for the week on Down. I think we'll hang for a few more minutes. We're gonna kill this one. We'll come back with some other stuff, but we'll hang out for another minute or two here on the live
Yeah,
stream.
what do you guys want to talk about?
Has anybody seen any of these goddamn Into the Dark things on Hulu? Sadly, Eddie had a full set of teeth. Wah, wah, wah. Sounds right up Monica's alley. You betcha. You probably would have went out to the parking lot and knocked a few out for you. I'm back. Hi, Monica. Oh. Disgusting. Disgusting.
Go rob a bank, Eddie.
Yeah. How much time have you done, Eddie? Let's talk brass tacks here.
Bad because I was like, oh shit, I should have told Eddie to join us on the padded room.
I think I think we're okay without Eddie. Yeah, I'm sure he's a nice guy, but if he's gonna get all weird with it, then he's gonna be emailing and sending pics. I don't need any more. The amount of dick pics we get on this show on a weekly basis is damn near astounding. We could open a penis gallery for Christ's sake.
Oh my.
Not that we don't appreciate it, but once you've seen one, you've pretty much seen them all.
Yeah. Show us a picture of your real one.
Now, if you want to send some boobies, some boob pics.
Oh, there you go.
I don't think we've gotten any topless pics from the ladies.
Yeah.
I don't think any. No, I don't think even a bikini.
Yeah.
Just fucking with you was fun, but it was like meh at the end. I think that's what we're gonna do next week, Crease. is Just Fucking With You. Monica really liked it, so I've seen both of them. Down was definitely better. I agree, Stevie. Treehouse felt very milk toast, very watered down to me.
Yeah.
You know, you know what I'm talking about, Troy? Have you seen Treehouse or Down? They're both on Hulu. It's part of their
Mhm.
Bloomhouse collaboration series, whatever they're calling it. I don't know.
Yeah, Creep. Yeah, we'll talk about that movie next week
We'll do.
since you already seen it.
Yeah, we'll do the whole rundown.
Mhm.
There's one of them is called like Puka or something like that. It's got like a big fuzzy guy on it.
I can't remember. Like I said, when I had it up, I just went down the stream and hit play, stop, play.
I did see The Body Crease. I really like that one too. I think we'll probably save that one for the end of the month though.
Yeah.
What else was there? There was New Year, New You.
Oh, I started watching that one. I stopped it.
Another bad. Did you make it through any of these?
Only the one Crease and I watched.
Fucking With You?
Yeah.
Just Fucking With You?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Right on.
Yeah. Because that one like grabbed me right away.
I like a
If I'm
grabber.
not mistaken, Crease, isn't that the kid that played in Wedding Crashers?
New Year was bad.
Maybe played the the geeky brother.
Yeah, the homoerotic art.
I thought
I love
it
that
was
movie.
him.
That might be. I haven't seen it. These are the only two that I've seen. Oh no, I saw The Body too. That one was pretty fun. All right, guys. Well, I think we're going to go ahead and kill the feed and get on with the rest of the show. We are picking preliminary round fights tonight for the Terror Dome. For those of you on Chop Block TV, the Terror Dome is something we do every year where we pick all of your favorite horror movie villains, and then we have them fight each other, and you call and write in to vote for who you think would win the fight. And we do it in like a bracket-style tournament. You can find info on that and the rest of the show at paddedroompodcast.com. What we do here on the live stream is actually just a very small portion of the actual podcast. So,
and you can plead your case on why you think your guy is the better guy to win.
A little insider info for you. I actually fix the fights. So, I do. No, I do not. I should, though. There's been a lot of silly fucking people that have won fights that they shouldn't have.
You guys did let the Killer Clowns win this year, which was absolutely absurd.
The Leprechaun beat Michael Myers a couple years ago.
Yeah, that's
Alan
ridiculous.
went around and convinced everybody to vote for the Leprechaun just to fuck with me. And then I had to write a whole thing about how the Leprechaun beat Michael Myers. That's a task. He's Michael Myers. How does that make sense to anybody? Oh, fuck, who cares?
Yeah.
Anyway, if you're interested, head over to paddedroompodcast.com. You'll find us, all of our other shows, and everything else you need to know over there. All right? Join us next week for I'm Just Fucking With You. Yeah. That's what we're doing? I'm Just Fucking With You is what it's called. That's actually the title of the movie. I didn't make that up. All right, guys. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week.
Bye. Okay.